Good morning, River Landing. Here I am at Marcia's garden. Isn't it beautiful? What a wonderful place to do some chair yoga. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, let's start having a seat right in our chair. Let's sit up nice and tall. And I'm just going to be quiet for a moment so you can hear all the beautiful sounds. And while we're quiet, let's breathe right from the belly. Nice big deep breaths. I hope you can hear all those beautiful bird sounds, all those beautiful voices singing to us. Let's take a minute and just reach those arms out and stretch, thinking about the glory of how beautiful it is to be outside today. Good. Hold those arms out there. Palms are up, big stretch. Good. Now turn your palms down. Let's take our head. Let's just bring the head down just a little bit, reaching for the back of that chair, maybe the arms of your chair if you have a chair with arms. Good. Now inhale, lift and reach it up. A big stretch right here and a reach and a reach. Good. Reaching for the sky. Remember, if that hurts your shoulders, you could be down here just reaching little, or we're reaching big reaches. All right, let's hold one up there and we're going to take the opposite hand and bring it down towards the ground, looking at the ground. Good. Make sure we're breathing deep in that belly. Let's reach it back up, a little bend in the elbow if you need to, and then we're going to look down the other way, big stretch. Good, and then bring that arm all the way. Let's bring it to a cactus pose right here. Good. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Feel the stretch through those shoulders. Now let's bring it right here. Hands and elbows together. Let's just a little crunch and a little bow right here. Good. Now let's open it up with a big shoulder roll. Big shoulder roll. Nice exaggerated roll. Good. Just starting right up from the top. All right, let's just hold on to the edge of your chair or the arm of your chair or the edge of your chair, leaning over. Let's stretch through our necks just a little bit. Good. When I lean over, you can see more of that beautiful garden. Take a breath here. Good. So we're kind of pinning our arm there so we can stretch through the neck, bringing the chin down towards your chest just that little bit. Taking another breath right here. Good. Bring that ear over and come all the way up. Let's do that other side. So we anchor either arm of the chair, because I know a lot of us have arms on our chairs, or without. Good. Bring that ear over to the side. Feel that stretch right through the neck. And then let's bring our chin down right here. Tuck that chin. Breathe. Nice big deep breaths. Good. Bring that ear back over and all the way up. Now let's just shrug our shoulders a little bit like we're saying, I don't know, right? Well, I do know something. This is a beautiful place to do yoga. That is for sure. Good. One more time, that little shrug. Maybe you're getting a little crack and a crunch. That's okay. Good. Now let's bring our legs a little bit wider, sitting up nice and tall. And we're going to rock forward and we're going to look at the ground. And for me, I'm looking for worms and bugs, right? But for you, maybe you're looking at the dust or something on the floor. Good. And we're going to put our hands right on our thighs and we're going to curl. And then open it up. Good. And then curl. Tuck your chin here. Feel the stretch through the upper spine. Good. And then exhale, bring it back. And one more time, curl. And bring it back. Good, hold it right here. Let's reach one arm out. Good, so you're reaching out like you're trying to grab me right through that television screen or that computer screen and pull me in. Good. Feel that stretch through the lower back. Now we're pushing the tailbone towards the chair. Let's switch arms. Switch arms, reach that other arm out. Good job. Oh, doesn't that feel good? We're stretching through those hips and that lower back. Good. Now let's bring it up. Bring those arms out one more time. This time our palms are forward, and we're going to take one arm and we're going to slide it down and reach it to the back. Wow. Beautiful. I can't wait to see the other side. All right, here we go. Up and over. Oh, look how beautiful. And let's bring that right back to the center. Let's roll those shoulders one more time. Walk those feet in. Good. Let's start marching those feet. We're going to get ready and we're going to come up out of that chair. So march those feet out. Good. Let's even give those legs a kick. Kick them out. Good. All right, let's go ahead and stand up. And we're going to come behind our chair. Now I'm going to turn my chair so that you can see what I'm doing a little bit. Good. So right here, let's just do an easy just heel raise. Heel raises right here. Heel raises. If you need the chair, great. If you don't need the chair, great. It's all good. Up and down we go. Let's hold this next one. Hold it right here. Hold it there. Good. Feel those muscles getting stronger. Now let's put them down. Now see, we use those calf muscles. Let's soften through the knees. Rock back in the heels. Push that bottom back. So we're sticking that tailbone back. Add that little wiggle so you know that that tailbone is back there nice and strong and long. Good. And for you, I want you to look right down at your chair. Don't look at the screen if you can help it. Keep your spine nice and in line. Let's bring it up. We're going to take one leg and we're going to step it back. Good, big step right there. Stretch it. Stretching that heel towards the floor. We're going to lift and lower. Good. Lift and lower. Now, if you stayed seated in your chair, that's perfectly fine. What you do then is you do a side saddle sit. So you sit like you're sitting side saddle and you can extend that leg back there. Good. And then let's push that heel all the way in. Let's bend that back knee just a little bit. Shift your weight just a little bit back. Good. Feel that stretch in that calf muscle. Good. Beautiful. Now let's take that same side arm as the leg that's back. We're going to inhale, lift, straighten the leg and reach it up. Good. Now we're keeping that front leg bent. I want you to reach it forward just that little bit. Reach it forward. Good. Now inhale and lift. Good. Open to the side. So you're turning towards that leg that's extended to the back. Beautiful. Good. Bring it back to the center. Lift it up. Good. Are you still keeping that front leg bent? We're building some strength there. Good. Now let's put both hands on the chair. We're going to lean forward into that, pushing that back heel back into the floor, feeling that stretch into that hip. Now straighten your front leg. Oh, push those hips back. Feel that stretch in the hamstring of that front leg. Doesn't that feel good? Good. Now you can do most of this seated in the chair if you're sitting side saddle. So you have that option to sit if you need to. One more breath here. Good. Now I want you to go ahead and come up. Take a little step forward. Good. So we're maybe even on the toe of that back foot, still working the same leg position. We're going to reach the opposite arm up, and we're just going to squeeze and lift and hold. Now we're either holding the chair or not. You decide. It's really up to you and what you feel comfortable with. This is a little modified warrior 3 here, working our balance. Good. And bring that leg all the way down, and then bring it up. March it out. Now before we go to the other side, let's go ahead and take a step to the back. Good. So with both feet. There we go. All right. So we're making that tabletop position. Here's that down dog on the chair, stretching it out. Stretching through the spine, elongate through the tail. Soft knees. Keep your knees soft. Good. Stretching right here, feeling how good that feels to the spine. Happy dog tail, so stick the bottom back, lift those hips just that little bit, and breathe. bend those knees and walk it forward. I'm going to turn my chair the other direction, gives you a different view of the flowers as well. So we're going to take that other leg, go back. Good, pushing that heel into the floor. Front knee is slightly bent. Good. Let's inhale that same arm, same leg. Inhale, lift it. Good. Oh, stretching, it adds that little extra stretch right there through the hip. Now reach it forward. Good, like you're trying to pull me through the screen. Good, now open it up right here, ta-da! Stretching a little bit more through that side. Feeling that good stretch there. Breathing. Good, and then reach it forward one more time. And then lift it up. Big stretch here. Feel that stretch in that hip. Oh, that feels so good today, doesn't it? Good, reaching it up. Breathing, nice big deep breaths. Good. Uh-oh, here comes a golf cart. All right, let's take that back leg and we're going to straighten that front leg. Straighten it out right here. Stretch it out. Thank you. Stretching it out. Good. You can come by. Yeah, stretch it out. Good, big stretch right here. We're going to have those kind of interruptions every once in a while, right? Stretch that hip back, lift those hips ever so slightly. Good, now let's come up. We take that one step forward just a little bit, reach it out right here, balancing on that front leg, holding the chair if you need it or not, if you don't. Breathing. Good. All right, now take that step back. Let's do that down dog on the chair one more time. So let's walk it back, bringing our hips even. Feet right below your hips, reaching, stretching, lifting those hips. Breathing, nice big deep breaths. Good. Stretch it out. Now let's bend those knees and come on forward. Good. So you're still facing the TV screen and you're still standing with your chair right here. I want you to come to one side. Good. So come to one side of that chair, just like I'm doing here. So we're going to stand up nice and tall. Our feet are right below us. Good. We're going to reach our arm up. Now notice that the arm that's on the chair is nice and straight. Shoulders are down and relaxed. We're going to come on over to the side. Big stretch through the hip. The same side leg as the arm that's going over, I want you to really push that to the floor. If you can't do that here, we can put our hands on the shoulder. Good, feel that stretch through the hip. Good, and then let's reach it up and inhale. Good, let's come back over one more time. Big stretch. Maybe this time we're going a little bit further. Look up underneath that armpit. See if you can stack that shoulder just that little bit. And breathe. Good, and then let's come all the way up. Now, let's turn towards that chair. Let's see if we can do that down dog on the chair to the side this way. So I'm going to have one arm up, one arm down, and I'm going to come back this way this time. And look at the difference. I can put my hands here, or I can leave one here for a little more stability, and see how much further I can go down this time. Good. Maybe I'm going to lift my toes in my shoes. Pushing those hips back, really stretching. Let's add a little wiggle of the hip so you know that you can wiggle that hip just that little bit. That happy dog wag right there. Good. Now let's bend those knees. Let's walk it forward. Put your weight in your heels. Come all the way up and come to the other side of that chair. Good. So now we're on the other side of your chair. We're going to inhale, lift, and reach it up. Good, coming over to the side. Now notice that arm is nice and straight. I'm maybe even pushing away just a little bit. What I don't want you to do is sag into that chair. That's what my worry is. So no sagging into the chair. Good, and I'm taking that same leg as the arm that's over and I'm pushing it into the floor. Push it in there. And breathe. Nice big deep breaths. Good, now inhale, reach it out and over. And stretch it again. Beautiful. Good job. that shoulder stack? How I made it a little deeper that way. Good, now inhale, let's lift it up. Now let's turn towards the chair on this side. Same thing, we can do one arm up, one arm down, or we can bring those hands right down to the chair. Good, and we're gonna stretch. Now if you're seated in the chair, remember heels go forward and we reach. That's a down dog in the chair, heels forward, reaching. Good, so if you're with me, let's bring those ears right between those arms, lift those hips, and breathe. One more breath here. Stick that tailbone back. See if you can wag it. And let's look up and walk ourselves forward. Good. Let's do one balance pose before we sit back in the chair. So I'm going to actually move the chair just a little bit to the side because of how the ground is right here. So I'm going to stand right here in the middle, and I feel like I'm blocking your view of the garden. So let me move the chair up just a little. Good. So you have your chair. I want you to be able to hold it, but I moved it so that you could see the garden and because the ground is really a little unstable right here. So I want you to go ahead. We're going to do this basic tree. So we're going to do a kickstand pose. You have your chair right there, or we could bring that foot to the calf, holding right here. Good. So you could do this seated in the chair. Just pick one foot up and just balance. Try not to hold on to the chair. Good. Beautiful trees. Let's see if we can extend them up. Good. Building strength in that standing leg, it's so important. And let's bring those arms down. Bring it here, wiggle. If you need a wiggle, you know I'm a wiggler. All right, let's do the other side. So we start in that kickstand pose if we need to, or we can bring that foot right to the calf. Standing up nice and tall, push your thighs together, that helps. Good, and if you're ready and you can, we can open up our branches, or you can hold your chair and open up one branch, that would be okay. Great, good, beautiful. Good, holding here, building that strength, breathing. And let's bring those arms down, good. All right, let's get back on that chair. So I'm gonna move my chair back. There we go. So let's have a seat back in our chair right here. And there we go. I wanted you to be able to see the garden, but it is a little wobbly, so I'll try very hard not to fall off of the chair. There we go. That's maybe a little bit more stable. All right, so let's sit forward in your chair, bringing your back to the chair. So my back is on the chair. That's not any better. All right, back is on the chair. Let's pull one leg in right here, stretching the other leg out. Now, if you don't like the way that feels, you can always pull that leg in, and we're just gonna extend right here. Now, if you can't lift your leg this high, that's okay. That's all right. Good, holding it in. Let's push that chest a little bit forward. Good. Now, see if you can hold on with one arm and reach the other arm out. Big stretch. Good. Elbow bend if you need to, right? Sometimes we need that elbow bend. Good, now take that leg, extend it out, extend those arms both out. Elbow bend right here in that cactus pose if we need to. Good, let's do that other leg. So bring that other leg up, holding with one side, let's reach with the other. Good, beautiful. All right, both legs go out, both arms overhead. And the sun is a little bit in my eyes, so I'm sorry if I'm a little squinty, but that's okay. All right, and bring those arms down. Now we're gonna push ourselves back up. Good, sitting up nice and tall. Let's bring those legs out wide. Good, come forward one more time. You know, this is one of my favorite stretches right here. So we're gonna take our shoulder, bringing it towards the opposite leg, looking over that shoulder. And bring it back to the center. Let's do the other side for that other side. Good. And then let's bring it all the way back up. Let's walk those feet in. Good. So let's work the range of motion of our shoulders. So what's a wonderful thing to do in a garden is to have tea, right? So let's pretend that in our hands we have some teacups, and we're going to take that tea, keeping your elbows tucked in, and we're going to take those arms to the side. A big squeeze of the shoulder blades like I'm serving tea to my neighbors on each side. And then bring it in. Good. Open it up right here. And bring it in one more time. Hold it right here. Hold it. Good. Now, let's take those hands from right where they are. We're going to lift them up, trying to not to spill your tea. Don't spill your imaginary tea. Lift them up, and let's bring our hands around. So we're going to try to touch our fingers together, not spilling that tea on our heads. Good. And then bring it all the way down. Still trying to keep those palms nice and flat. And if you can, we're going to slide it to the back. Some of us can't do that anymore, but you do what you can. Good. So now let's make that a little bit faster. So we open it up, we push it up, we bring it around, then we bring it around and down to the back. One more time. So we bring it around and open, up and around, working that whole range of motion of that shoulder. Oops, I just spilled tea on myself. And then that's all right. And then bring it all the way back. Good. Stretch it back there. Hold it back there. Sit up tall. Bring your ears back in line. Let's bring those arms up. Good. Bring them into that cactus pose right here. Good. Bring them forward. Hold. Breathe. Good. Getting that nice stretch in those upper shoulders. And bring them all the way down. All right, I gotta check my time. So let's roll our wrists right here. Roll those wrists like you're cleaning a bowl. Maybe you made a big pot of potato salad. That's a nice summertime thing, a pot of potato salad. Good, and then go the other way. I make mine with mustard. Is that how you make yours, with mustard? It's really good. Mustard, and it has to be Hellmann's mayonnaise. Up and down right here. Alright, now let's take those hands right together from the base of the palm to the tips of the fingers. We're going to push, so we're working our carpal tunnel area, that tendonitis area in the wrist right here. Pushing right here, let's rock it back and forth. Little rock back and forth. Good. Now hold it to one side, hold it to that one side. Bring those elbows out, but the shoulders down. We're pushing to the right, but turn your head to the left. Bring your chin down towards your shoulder. Feel that stretch in the neck. And bring that head up. Bring it back. Bring those fingers back. Let's do the other side. So we push it over. So I push my fingers to the left. I'm going to turn my head to the right, bringing that chin down. And bring that head up, bring it right back to the center. Let's push right here. So push those fingers down towards your lap. Breathing nice big deep breaths. Feeling that stretch right in those wrists. Good. Now bring it right here. Let's clasp those hands together and push away. Now sit up nice and tall. Everything's in line, hips, shoulders, and ears. And I want you to bring those hands right here. Maintain that good posture. Good. Now we're going to break our posture a little bit. So we're going to push out, and I want you to curl through the spine, feeling the stretch through the upper and lower back. Good. And then inhale and lift it right here. Good. Exhale, push it away. And inhale and lift it right here. One last time, push it away. Good. And inhale and lift it right here. Good. Now open it up nice and wide. Doesn't that feel good? Good. And bring those hands right to your thighs. Good. And let's just shrug those shoulders. Good. So before we get to that final relaxation, we need to work on that flexibility of our ankles. So come on all the way back into your chair. Let's lift those feet right here. We can do the hands at the same time. Let's point and flex. Good. The flexibility of those ankles is really important, especially in an area like this where there's a lot of uneven ground, or the golf course is another area where you really need those flexible ankles. Now let's take and roll those wrists, roll those ankles. Good, and make sure you're really rolling your ankle, that you're not doing this kind of motion and using your thigh. Really use the ankle. Focus on just from your ankle to your foot. And then roll the other way. Good, we can do those wrists at the same time. Good. Now, imagine, point your toes, imagine underneath your foot I put some padding. And I want you to move your feet side to side like you're using your toes to clean the floor. Good. So move them side to side like you're taking that cloth I tacked to your foot and you're cleaning the floor with it. Good. That's a tough one, isn't it? Yeah. All right, I have one last one. So now bring your feet up, and I want you to think about turning your feet so that the soles of your shoes are facing each other. Now I do this a lot, and a lot of us aren't going to get this far. That's okay. So bring it here, and then I just want you to turn those feet so that they're facing each other. And open them up. Good. Turn them so they're facing each other. Do you feel how you're really working that ankle, working the flexibility there? You should feel a deep stretch on the outside of the leg. One more time, open. Good, and then bring it in. Good. Now, can you take them the other way? So open them up the other way, the opposite way, out and away from each other, and then back to straight. Good. Out and away from each other, and back to straight. Good. One more time, out and away. All right, and then right here, let's just wiggle, point and flex, maybe a little roll, kind of get some of the blood pumping back in there because we've been kind of static with those feet. Good. All right, and then let's put those feet on the floor. Good. All right, one more time. Let's just do a simple neck stretch with a head shake. Like we're saying, no more rain, please, right? We could use a couple sunny days. All right, and bring it right back to the center with a nod. Nod that head. Simple neck stretches right here. And then let's take it right here. Let's shrug that shoulder one more time with our I don't know. Shrugs. All right, now let's just make sure our posture is good for our final relaxation before we finish. So I want you to sit up tall and scoot your tail feathers back. So if there were a hole in your chair, which there is in mine, my feathers would stick through the hole. So we're going to sit up nice and tall and then lean back, closing our eyes. Good. And just let's listen. Listen to your heartbeat, listen to the sounds, listen to what's around you, and breathe. Nice big deep breaths. Relaxing that body, softening through the body. Good. Let those muscles relax. Release through your hips. Release through those thighs. And breathe. Nice big deep breaths. Relaxing, softening through your hips, softening through your jaw. Let your belly loose. Wiggle in your chair so you can soften a little bit more if you need to. Focus back into the room and hold on to that wonderful feeling of relaxation and peace and calm. Thank you so much for joining me in Marcia's garden for yoga today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you are stretched and energized for a fabulous day. Let's take a big deep breath. Hands come to prayer. Namaste.